Hey Personal Finance, I'm going to talk you through the Think You Can Pick Stocks assignment for today. So you can find that here in the classwork for Wednesday. Think You Can Pick Stocks. I click on it and it brings me to this doc. You're actually going to have two windows open at the same time for this one, or two tabs I mean. So in order to do this activity, I'm going to click on this link, and it's actually a game that's going to have you looking at these real life companies and tracking how they did based on different things you can pick them by. So like for this first one, we're looking at company description. So I'm going to pick, based on these descriptions, I'm going to pick this one that says, looks like it says find. And these are not the real nicknames, but they'll tell you what it really is in a second. So looks like my stock was the purple line, and it did okay. I picked Google, which grew by 274%. So what I need to do here is take this number, copy it, Control C. I'm going to come over here. Oops, got to clear this out. So I picked Google, and I'm going to paste my number here. It increased by 274.71%, and that compared to other ones, it was a winner. It was good. It grew more than the other ones. Not more than all of them. Looks like Apple had 924% growth, but did well. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to the next round. So let's scroll down here, round 2. Okay, so now I'm looking at consumer goods and looking at their price to earnings ratio. Price means how much you pay for the stock, and earnings means how much it makes you. So if that price is about equal to the earnings, that means that what people think it's worth is actually what it's worth. That's like a 1-to-1 ratio. If you have a price that's like way higher than what you actually make, that means that that stock might be overrated. So I'm looking here and I see this one is standing out to me. That's a huge number. That means that for what you're paying for it, the earnings are not all that great. So that means that that one might be overrated. So I'm going to pick one. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one, and we'll see if this indicator is going to be helpful for us or not. So Retail Giant offers low prices and warehouse ambience. The price to earnings ratio is 18.21, which is the lowest of all the ones here. We'll see how it does. It stayed pretty stable. It only grew by 30%, 31%. So it's underperforming. So that might not be the best indicator to check by. There's one of those that actually has a surprising result, so I'm going to let you guys figure that out which one it is. So I picked Walmart, so I'm going to come over here and say Walmart. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to Control C and copy that number. Okay, and it said it was underperforming, so that's what I'm going to write here. Okay, industrials. Let's go on to the next round. Okay, so this is the year-over-year earnings change. This is like, is it growing year by year? Is it declining year by year? How is it doing in the long term? So I see some of them are negative. I see this one is 473. Negative, it has shrunk by 473%, even though it's obviously a very important company. I'm going to go with this one because it has been growing year over year by 70%. So let's see. And it grew. All right. So it grew by almost 50%. That's great. So I'm going to go in here, Duke, 50%, and it grew. Oh, but it says it's underperforming. So compared to the other ones, yeah, that's where it's at. It may have grown by 50%, but the other ones grew by like 150%. So that's why we're going to say underperforming. Okay. I'm going to skip through the rest because I want you to do it yourself. So this is revenue growth. So now you can see price over earnings. You can look at year-over-year earnings change, and you can look at revenue growth. And this is like how much their profits are growing year by year. So I'm going to just go ahead and pick one so we can get through it. It grew a bunch. I'm not going to tell you any more about it. This one is the price to book ratio. And this is like how much money they own minus how much riskiness they have. So for example, if this is something like a private jet company, for example, maybe they have a lot of assets, maybe they have a lot of planes, they have a lot of customers, but if they get sued for a lot, that could really jeopardize their earnings. So that's where this is the one that you want to look at. So once you have this all filled in, you're going to turn it into the Google Classroom, and I hope this video was helpful for you.